If you were to picture 25-year-old married couple having their first baby, they have no clue what they're doing. And you think about if the grandparents were come to this 25-year-old couple and say, hey, we recognize you guys have no clue what you're doing. So we're going to offer to you that we will take this baby in and we will raise the baby ourselves. So the grandparents are offering to be the parents because they have learned a lot more as parents. They've had way more experience. It could seem like a really good move to make. But I think we all know it's actually not going to be a good thing to do. There's a couple of reasons why. One, if the 25-year-old couple make that move, they're not going to grow in the same way as if they brought that child home and then they eventually have 4 or 5 kids, and they are going to grow a ton through that experience of parenting. And so they're being crippled by what seems like a really nice move from the grandparents, but it's actually going to cripple the parents. And then also, if the grandparents do that offer to all of their kids, they might end up with like 25 kids under 10 in their home. And even though they have experience, they're going to be overwhelmed and they're not going to do a very good job. And the kids, they're going to suffer from it too, because though they might have a more experienced parents to begin with, they're not going to get the same love and care that they need. And so I use this analogy because this is what we're so often doing in the church. We're leaning on a few experienced leaders to shepherd the masses, but meanwhile, people are getting neglected. And then that 25-year-old couple, I think that's where a lot of people are at in the church today. They've been a believer for a while. They've grown in maturity, but they feel for one reason or another that they cannot lead, that they're not equipped, that they don't know what they're doing. And so they're scared to take that step. And the reality is they're kind of right. Right? They don't have the experience, just like that 25-year-old couple. But it's so important for them to step into it. It's so important for them to start to step into leadership. And so at the core of what we're saying is we want to call people up into more, not in serving the organization of the church really, but more in loving people and making disciples and shepherding others